What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel here on YouTube, the home of me, the Retro Slasher. And as you can tell by the title above, you guys are now watching part one of my entire horror movie collection. Yes, finally decided to make this video. I was a little skeptical about doing it this early on into my YouTube lifespan here, but I said, fuck it, what's a better time to do it than now? Plus, I have a little trouble. I am officially kind of out of shelf space. Yeah, I guess that's a problem every collector eventually has, right? So yeah, I gotta get some more shelves eventually sometime down the road. But for now, I will show you guys what I have at this current time. Plus, I think it'd be a pretty cool idea for me to show you guys what I have now. Maybe do this video again this time next year, see how much it's grown and what has changed, and all that good shit. So yeah, so today's episode, or part, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, will consist of just the Blu Rays. Yeah, I don't have tons of Blu Rays compared to most people here on YouTube. You guys would laugh at me, but give me a break. I've been collecting for maybe 2.5, 3 years now. Seriously hardcoring like the last year and a half or so, but yet again, that's a different story for a different day. So that's pretty much all I gotta say, guys. I will see you guys on the flip side with movies and shit you guys care about. So we'll see you on the flip side. So yeah, guys, when you first ever come into my room or whatever, this is what you would see. This is the bulk of my collection now. This is mainly where all my Blu Rays and all my slashers and some zombie films and whatnot are down here. But today's video, we're just gonna focus on these two shelves here on the top. That's all my entire Blu Rays at the moment. Lots more to come soon, so stay tuned. First, we'll go start up here with the top of the shelf. So here I got my Funkos. I got the Chucky, the Freddy, the Michael, and the Jason. There's a couple more I want to grab. That Scream one and the Leatherface and the recent released Hellraiser one. Pretty dope looking. Up here we got some recent watches, things I've checked out. Whatnot. Over here, some things I gotta check out. So yeah, over here we got my Walking Dead graphic novel collection. Kind of behind on the episode issues, but I'll eventually catch up. Up here we got some random VHSs that I found a couple months back when I was cleaning. Figured I'd display these eventually one day somehow. And yeah, so let's get right into the movies, the things you guys actually care about. So basically, I'm just going to say a few words about each film. So excuse me if the video's a little long. It is what it is, I guess. So first up, we got the original Night of the Living Dead here on Blu-ray. This is a Region 2 release, but it is region free. It's a pretty decent release. I don't know if there's another Blu-ray release of this. There might be, but it's a great film. Everybody must own that if you love horror movies and you collect. Perfect film in my opinion. Next two up for Anchor Bay, we got the Anchor Bay edition of Dawn of the Dead on Blu-ray. I bought this a while back for like $5 brand new. It's pretty shit. Transfer and everything. I kind of wish somebody would release a Ultimate Edition here on Blu-ray, but who knows if that ever happened. Same thing with Day of the Dead here on Blu-rays from Anchor Bay. It's not the best, but the films themselves are really good. They're classics. They're must-owns and must-sees. Next up we got here is Night of the Creeps. Great different take on the zombie film. Kind of involves aliens and shit too, but it's a really fun, great 80s film starring Tom Atkins, a bunch of random other faces you guys will recognize. Cool film. Alright, of course you gotta have Return of the Living Dead, Ultimate Zomcom. Great 80s film, one of the best zombie movies ever made, and that's a fact. Next up, getting into my Scream Factories, we got the double feature of TerrorVision and Video Dead. TerrorVision is pretty fun, but this release is mainly for the Video Dead. Video Dead is a great, awesome zombie film, man. Really cheesy, but it's good. Next up, we got another double feature here from Scream Factory. We got Ghost House and Witchery. I've still yet to check out the Witchery, but Ghost House is a really fun, kind of decent ghost film. It's not the best, but It's fun. That's all I can say about it. Next up, we got People on the Stairs from Wesley Craven. Great film. It was an awesome release. Cool cover art. Good special features and everything. Yeah, really fun film. One of my favorite Wes Cravens. Next up, we got Pumpkinhead, starring Lance Hendrick. Just look at that cover art, man. That's so amazing. Even if you don't like the film, you gotta own it for that cover art alone, man. That shit is sick, bro. Next up, we got Night of the Demons. This is great 80s cheese, man. Perfect film, if you ask me. Great film. Alright, next up from Scream Factory, we got this cool edition here of The Babadook. One of the better films from last year, 2014. That's a great release. I really like that film. Gets shitted on a lot, but, well, not shitted on, but it's a hit and miss film with some people. I personally loved it. Next up here is a film that probably never was released before, that, to my knowledge, and this is Ghost Town. I really wasn't a fan of it. It was okay. It's just good to see films like this being released. That's why I own it. Support that kind of shit. Next up is Backcountry. Really wasn't a fan of this film. It kind of just felt long and boring. Man, if you're going to advertise a Killer Bear film, please put the bear in it some more. Or just add some more kills, you know. Wouldn't hurt. Next up, Stung, man. This is like a great modern killer bug movie, in my opinion. It's really fun, over the top, great gore, really good acting and everything, man. I highly recommend that film. It's from this year. Check it out. Next up, we got, what is this company from? This is from Scorpion. We got Dogs. Yeah, this is a cool little 1976 killer dog movie. It's got a great ending. Last scene, man. You gotta check it out for that alone. This is also from Scorpion, I believe. Day of the Animals. Great killer animal flick. It's kind of a fucked up film. Leslie Nielsen. Christopher George. Right? Yeah, Christopher George. Linda Day George. Great cast. Really fun film, man. I highly recommend that. It's kind of pricey, though, now. I believe it's out of print, but if you can find it for the right price, pick it up. Next up, of course, Jaws. Like the ultimate killer animal film. Everybody knows everything about that film. Not long weekend for Snaps, so we're getting into my Snaps releases here. Long weekend, great Australian sort of killer animal movie. It's just a really great film. Acting and just the location of this film, everything's so beautiful about it. Highly recommend that release. Alright, next up, Mortius, whatever. Legions of the Dead. Yeah, there's titties on the cover, so don't strike me, YouTube. But this is a really weird Italian film. Maybe not Italian. I don't know, some European country. It's decent. It's got some pretty brutal kills in it. I ain't really sure how to describe that, what kind of film that is. But next up, we got Street Trash, just some pure 80s cheese. One of the best looking Blu Rays I've ever seen in my life. Next up, we got Demons, Italian film from Dario Argento, presented by Dario Argento and directed by Lamberto Bava. I'm not too knowledgeable about Italian cinema, but that's a pretty fun film. Of course, we got the sequel, which was pretty fun as well. First one's better, but that one's good too. Of course, Evil Dead. Everybody knows about that film. Evil Dead 2. A lot of people like this one more than part 1. I'm a bigger fan of part 1. Basically the same film, just for the most part. Of course, we got Hellraiser. One of my all-time favorite movies. One of the best all-time characters in horror. Then we got the sequel. Yet again, a lot of people like this more than the original. Bigger fan of the original, but that one's still really good. Getting into my Stephen King's here. We got Creep Show, great anthology, pretty fun. An unknown open copy of Creep Show 2. I have seen this film before. Yet again, I prefer this first one over this one, but this one has one really good segment in it. Children of Corn, one of my all-time favorite Stephen King adaptations. Just I don't know. looking back at it now, doesn't really hold up too well, but I really like this film. Killer kids are awesome. The kids in that movie are pretty weird and fucked up. Of course, The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece. Great movie, man. Everybody knows about that one. Another unopened copy here, but of a movie that I've seen before, and that is The Mist. I've heard you must watch this movie in black or white, which this one has. I still yet to do it, but one of the most memorable endings in horror history. Great ending. Really cool cast. Most of the people from The Walking Dead are in this movie, so if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you haven't seen this, check it out. Alright, next up we got Interview with a Vampire. Now, this movie, you can argue is not really horror, but has some horror elements. I don't know. I believe it's Anne Rice or something like that. Yeah, it's a really, really good movie, man. Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, bunch of just 90s hot throbs in my opinion, but it's really, really great film. Let me go after that. Oh, I skipped one before that. Death Ship. This is a really cool ghost on a boat type movie. Really fun film. Highly recommend it. I think this goes for a decent price now. Might be out of print or whatnot, but I found it for a decent price. Of course, Cannibal Holocaust from Grindhouse. Perfect horror movie, 10 out of 10, in my opinion. One of the best soundtracks in movie history. Pretty hard to watch if you're not a fan of those kind of movies. Next up, Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. It's kind of weird that I own this film and don't own the other ones to this trilogy, but this was the one that I was always said you gotta see the most. I really did like this film. Yeah, great release too, man. Looks amazing. Rob Zombie's movie debut, House of Thousand Corpse. Great film. Devil's Reject, the sequel. Better film than the House of Thousand Corpse. Really, really fucked up film, man. Spit on Your Grave remake. Prefer this one over the original. I know that sounds like I'm crazy, but I don't know. I'm not always a big fan of the original. I did enjoy this one more. Then we got the sequel. Pretty damn good, in my opinion. And then we got part 3. Kind of a letdown. Watch my updates and hear more thoughts on that one. The original Last House on the Left. Classic. Then we got the remake, which isn't open, but I've seen this film. It's alright. It pretty much follows the original to the T for the most part. Trick or Treat, a great Halloween type film, anthology, just amazing. Can't wait for the sequel if it ever comes out. ABC's The Death 2. Prefer this one over the original, the first one. It's a lot better, a lot more better segments. Decent at best. Then we got VHS 2. Really fun anthology. 1 and 2 are high up there on me. I both like them. I just like this one a little bit more. It has more memorable segments on it, in my opinion. I just blocked out the camera. VHS Viral, third in the trilogy. Huge letdown. Pretty boring. There's nothing good in it. Sacramento. Yeah, this was a fun Ty West film. Really enjoyed it. It's pretty much the Jim Jones storyline. You know, drink the Kool-Aid out. They're cult. They're really fun film. Well acted. Beautifully shot. The House October Built. I don't really remember this film. I remember don't liking it too much. It was decent at best. Who knows? It follows. This was a kind of a letdown for me. Kind of just felt like it was overhyped a lot. Maybe that's what did it to me. I didn't really care for it too much. Kind of long and boring. But next up, we got the Leprechaun franchise. I think there's 5 or 6 films, maybe more. Who the fuck knows? The latest one, the Origins, pretty shit. First 2 are good, and then the Hoods are pretty funny. Random copy of Final Destination 5. Yeah, it's alright. US remake of One Missed Call, decent. Perfect Getaway, not really a horror film. Has some horror elements to it. It's more of an action thriller, but that's a really good film, man. blew me away when I first saw it. Rest Stop 2, I believe. I'm not sure what these films I've yet to watch it or even see the first one or whatnot. Your next cool home invasion slasher type film. Highly recommend it. Everybody knows that film. We got a triple feature here from Phase 4. Pretty much all shit. Midnight movies. The best of the three. Maybe that's a stretch. John Carpenter's The Ward. This movie gets shit on a lot. I kind of liked it. It's kind of got a unique story to it. It's kind of slow too, but it picks up towards the end. My all-time favorite movie, guys, Lost Boys. Best 80s vampire movie ever. The Two Box Murders, which I've still yet to watch. Working on it, guys. I just dropped everything. We got 1990s Escape from the Bronx. Psycho, which I haven't opened yet, but it's an amazing film. Don't need to say anything for that. Got Dead Heat, Zomcom, pretty fun. Kind of like a buddy cop film. This piece of shit film, The Final Girl, weird as hell. Not that good. Pretty boring. Escape from Tomorrowland. Not a film I hear a lot about, but it's pretty unique and it's really interesting premise to it. We Are Still Here. Probably my favorite movie of this year so far. Highly recommend it. Check it out. Then we got The Drownsman. Really fun. Decent, like supernatural type slasher. It's fun. It's not for everybody. It's kind of, I don't know, I heard some bad things about it too. I kind of liked it. Dress to Kill, of course. And let's show what I dropped here on the floor, because that's just going to make me angry. So first up, we got a Beetlejuice. Really great film, man. Can't hate on Beetlejuice. It's a favorite of mine. We got Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Still have yet to rewatch it. If you guys watched my last update, I told you why. I haven't watched it yet, but can't wait to check it out. Night Train Murders. Really fun rape on a train film. Pretty fucked up premise to it, and the sequel to The Bronx Warriors. We got Escape from the Bronx. Yeah. So let's move down here. I'm all over the place, guys. I didn't plan on that stuff falling. It would have been an easier transition, but we got Bay of Blood. Great pro slasher. Italian Mario Bava. Excuse me. Black Christmas, another great early slasher from the 70s. Everybody knows about Black Christmas. This I'm not going to take out, but we got the Halloween franchise. You got Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Halloween 4, Halloween 5, 6, H2O, Resurrection, the remake, and the sequel to the remake. Halloween is my favorite franchise. This is great box set. Probably one of my favorite things that Scream Factory's done. Just glad to own all those films in like one sturdy place, you know what I'm saying? Next up we got Sleepaway Camp. Probably, if not my favorite 80s slasher film. Great film, man. Really over the top and cheesy and fun. Kills are awesome in that film. And of course it's got that memorable ending. And then we got the sequel. Great release by Scream Factory. Big fan of the sequel. And then we got part 3. I like all 3 films. It's one of my favorite trilogies or franchises because there's like 5 films in it, but the last 2 suck. We got the Funhouse. I did a review on this, guys. I wasn't a big fan of it. I don't know. It's decent, man. It's worth owning, that's for sure. Got The Burning, another film that I used to like a lot more. Now I kind of don't. I don't know, it's in the middle for me. It's still worth owning, yet again. Motel Hell. Pretty fun stuff. Kind of a weird type slasher film. Got a cool premise to it, though. I really liked it. Terror Train. I wish I had slip covers for this next couple films, but that's what happens when you wait forever to buy these films. Really cool 80s slasher. Set on a train on New Year's Eve. Killer switches costumes. Jamie Lee Curtis, he can't go wrong with that. In prison, this isn't like a full-blown slasher film. It's got some slasher elements to it. And prison, not the biggest fan of this movie. It's okay. Then we got Deadly Blessing, Wes Craven's. This is a really interesting film. It's kind of hard to describe. It's really weird and bizarre. I did like it. It's not my favorite Wes Craven, though. Then we got Death Valley, starring the kid from The Christmas Story. It's kind of a road horror type slash. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know, it's a really fun film, man. I highly recommend it. And Final Exam, decent. Yet again, it's kind of boring. And I got into an argument with one of my friends here on YouTube about it. He loves it. I kind of hate on it. I don't know. I have to give it a watch again soon and like maybe do a review or something on it. Then we got a double feature here featuring X-Ray and Schizoid. Big fan of X-Ray, aka Hospital Massacre, I believe is the other name is known as. Really fun film. It's pretty cheesy and I don't know. I liked it. Then we got one of the worst slashers that I've ever seen in my life. And it's boring as hell, and that is New Year's Evil. But that's a pretty cool artwork on there. Better than the other reversible one. I like this one better. Boring film. Kind of wish I'd never bought it, but it's a slasher, so I had to own it. Final Terror. An interesting type slasher film. I really don't remember it too much. I remember sort of liking it. I don't know. I have to give it a rewatch eventually. Then we got Scarecrows. Not really a slasher film, but yet again, it has some slasher elements to it. I really like this film. It's probably my favorite Scarecrow movie that I've seen, which isn't too many, so don't judge me. Then we got Bad Dreams and Vision Hours. This is a cool double feature, man. I really like Bad Dreams. It's pretty much a Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff, but I really liked it. Fun stuff. Vision Hours is okay. Then we got the Slumber Party Massacre Blu Ray here. Kind of wish the sequels were on Blu Ray, but it is what it is. It's good stuff right there, man. Straight corny, but I really like that film. Next up, we got some Shell Factory. We got the Stepfather here on Blu Ray. I've heard this argued that this film's not really a slasher. It's kind of hard. It fits there. It's got elements to it. More of a thriller with slashing in it. Who knows? Really good film, though. Then we got Mother's Day from 88 Films. Cool red case. Fuck what you thought. I like red cases. Mother's Day. Good film. Then we got a film that I was pumped to see. Released on Blu Ray. And that is Slaughterhouse. Really fun. Over the top silliness. Really funny, though. The killer's pretty fucking awesome. Makes all these pig noises. And we got Don't Go Into the Woods. Decent woods slasher. Not the best, but it's okay. Then we got Madman from Vinegar Syndrome. Great release. Great film. I liked it. We got Christmas Evil. I don't know about this one. It's okay. Then we got Graduation Day. Fun trauma. Trauma stuff. Really fun. Alright, on to this. I'm going to go a little faster, guys, so this video is going a little longer than I thought, and I might have some trouble uploading it. So, we got Frightman from Vinegar Syndrome. Really cool cover art. Film was okay. Then we got House That Dorm That Drip Blood, aka Pranks. Good release. Not the best slasher. Prom Night. I don't know. Not really a big fan of it. Great release, though. And then we got Curtains, Yellow and again, a film that I was happy to see released. Looks pretty decent on Blu-ray. And we got Intruder, great stuff. A must own. Maniac Cop, great shit. Then we got Blue Underground, the sequel to Maniac Cop, Part 2. More action oriented, but still a great film. Then we got Maniac, Uncle Sam, Stage Right, cool Italian slasher, The Prowler, Satan's Blade, really weird slasher film, but I really liked it. Cinco de Mayo, yet again another weird slasher film, but I kind of liked it. Killer Workout, did a review on this weird film. It's average. Death Spa is a really great film, great release. It's kind of pricey, highly recommended though. It's worth the 28 bucks or whatever it is. Two All Good Nights, a film that kind of blew me away. That was released on Blu Ray, but it's a decent Christmas slasher. I can't talk. Student Body is kind of a spoof on slashers. It's fun. It's cheesy. It's kind of weird, but it's okay. My Bloody Valentine, great slasher, classic stuff. Then we got the Friday 13th Blu-ray box set. I do have the case, which fell behind these shelves. I keep it like this just because it says the name on the spine and it looks cool next to these. We got the Chucky collection here. Big fan of all of them except Seed. Curse of Chucky was really surprisingly good. Nightmare on Elm Street collection, probably my second favorite franchise. 1, 2, and 3 are all good, and I really like part 6 too. That's kind of weird, but Silent Night, Deadly Night, great film, best Christmas slasher in my opinion. When a Stranger Calls and Happy Birthday to Me, they're both pretty good. Happy Birthday to Me is better. Bloody Birthday, really cool killer kid film. Then we got Scream 1, 2, and 3. Then Scream 4. My Soul to Take, which I believe was Wes Craven's last film. Don't quote me on that, but it gets a lot of hate. Kind of enjoy it. The House of Wax remake. Surprisingly, a movie starring Paris Hilton. It's not too bad. Behind the Mask. One of the best modern slasher films ever made. Maniac, one of the best remakes ever made. Stage Fright, really weird musical slasher, but it's really fun. The killer is awesome in that movie. Lost After Dark, released this year. Great throwback slasher film. Then we got The Town Enjoy the Sundown, sequel, remake, whatever you want to call it. Really good. I really like it better than the original, which I don't own, but I've seen it before. I'm not a fan of it. Then last up we got Sorority World remake. It's pretty good, surprisingly. And then we got Cub, which is, I just dropped on the floor. Cub. Film I was really looking forward to. Kind of disappointed. It's average. So yeah, guys. That is it. When we return with episode 2, will be the rest of these shelving. And then we got one more shelf behind us. Until then, guys, I will check you out. Till next time, we'll see you with the next episode.